Every single one of us have what we call a dream, and with dream it comes something which is called passion. And when we talk about dream, there's always things that are stopping us from reaching our dream, and has got to be one of the most interesting things that you need to understand, because our brain is very special. Today we're going to talk about the limit that we set in our brain. I remember when I was in 7th, 8th grade, I was in St. Middle School in Kent, Ohio. It was my first year coming from Malaysia going to the US, and I met up with two of the most interesting teachers ever that I have never met before, and their name is Mrs. Hess and also Mrs. Henry. And at that time I realized that my English wasn't that strong at all. Although in Malaysia we learn about English, but we never had the chance to apply the learning skills that we have, the things that we use at school, and we never had the chance to do that at home, because here in Malaysia we speak in Malay, and mostly if you're a friend with Malay, you tend to speak in Malay. And I realized when I went to the US, I had to force myself. No matter what I do, I really have to force myself to learn how to speak English. And it was one of the most toughest time of the years that I had to face to learn English. So what happened was, these two teachers, Mrs. Hess and Mrs. Henry, these two teachers really pushed me to my limit. They are English teachers, of course, and when they are English teachers, they are bound to help me in my English as much as they can. And I remember one thing that they always say. They say that do not limit yourself, because you can do so many great things. And when that thing struck me in my heart, I'm like, oh wow, limitation. There is no limitation in our brain. That's why when we want to achieve our dream, we always need to avoid or overcome this barrier that we have. And the moment we overcome this barrier, I guarantee you are able to achieve your dream more than you think. Because limit exists in our brain, in our mind. And when our mind always say that we can't do this, we will not achieve this, we will not be able to do this, and we can't do this, we can't do that. The moment you're not able to do that, and I bet you will not achieve it. Your mind has set this barrier in our head and said that you cannot achieve it, and the moment that sets in, I guarantee you, no matter how hard you try, you will never be able to achieve it. Back in 2005, what happened was, there was this Chinese guy. His name is Chao Lu, if I'm not mistaken. He's a 24-year-old graduate, and his mind is so special because he said there is no limitation in our mind. I remember in 2005, what he did was he tried to memorize the pi, the 3.14, and so on and so on. I think he was giving himself 24 hours in this one particular time, and he is able to memorize roughly around 67,980 digits in the pi. Can you imagine? I can only remember 3.14, that's it. And this particular guy, he's able to remember the next 67,000 decimal points, and that was just huge, man. That was just huge. That's why we don't limit ourselves. There's no limits. The moment you put limits, you're limiting yourself to every single thing, every single possibility. And in life, there is a lot of possibility that will come your way. And the moment you limit that, you are cutting this particular moment in your head and in your life. And because it cuts, and that's it. So do not limit yourself. I bet you most of you probably say, oh my god, the exam is just around the corner, the PT3, the SPM exam is just around the corner. But guess what, guys? It is not too late. It might sound like it's a big thing, but guys, don't worry about it. Start small, start something simple. All you gotta do right now is go through the wall and break it down. Because the moment you break down the wall, you are able to remove all of these limits that you have in your mind, and you can explore to all of the other possibilities in life. Because this is what life is all about. It is about you, and you can achieve great things. All the best to everyone. See ya.